Regicide.
Yo, what's going on, Call of Duty fans? It's your boy Evangelist here, also known as Redux. As you can tell from the earlier intro, I'm just trying out some new things. Tell me what you think about it. I honestly think I sound like that Decepticon from Revenge of the Fallen. What was his name? Actually, was it the Fallen? I don't know, not important. Tell me what you guys think. I thought it was just kind of funny, so I added it in there. Probably really not going to use it. But anyways, Today is part 3 of my Call of Duty Ghost perk analysis Redux. As you all know, I made a series in Black Ops 2 regarding all these perks, but now that the game's actually been out for a few weeks right now, and now that we know what all the perks really do, I'm going to go into full analysis about these perks. And oh my god! Can't handle that quad feed! Anyway, so we're going to move on, and this is going to be the stealth category. Now, the first perk we're going to go over is probably one of the better perks of the stealth category, and that is Takedown. It's a 1-point perk, and what this allows you to do, it gets rid of the skull indicator when you kill an enemy. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, how does that make it any good? I mean, I'm pretty sure that most enemies are going to be talking or communicating, right? Wrong. I want to say more than 75% of the teams that you go up against in Call of Duty in public matches are not communicating. And communication is one of the biggest keys in Call of Duty for a successful win. And oh my holy hit marker Batman, that kid took a lot of shots. But anyway, how this perk helps you, it gets rid of one of the 3 main features of how to spot targets. One, it gets rid of the guy in your kill feed, your HUD, and the skull markers. Getting rid of the skull markers allows you to get rid of one of the key things people look for when they're looking around the map. Now, on public matches, this may not be ideal, but it does work extremely well with the silencer. If you don't want to run silencer, you can, but you will be spotted on the map. But in hardcore game modes where there is no HUD, makes it a lot more deadly of a perk, because now you no longer have a HUD, and now you also can't see where your teammates are dying. Now that's very good, considering that in the hardcore game modes, especially with Clan Wars on, where you can claim hardcore kill confirmed, hardcore TDM, hardcore search and rescue. I think there's also hardcore search and destroy. I'm not entirely sure. But it allows you to move forward without any fear of being detected, especially if you're rocking a silencer in a hardcore as well. And that is a very powerful tool. For a 1-point perk, it's quite worth it. You know, it's quite a questionable suggestion over Ready Up, which allows you to bring your gun up faster, because in the hardcore game modes, you're more than likely to pre-fire or have your sights pre-aimed before going into gunfights. Next, we are going to be talking about Blind Eye, and that's a 2-point perk. What it does, it makes you immune to air support, oracle, and sentry guns. When I mean immune, not immune like they can't kill you, immune to the point where they just can't see you. Now, this is more situational, it doesn't really have a use. Blind Eye has never really had a use in most of the Call of Duties. It's just a perk that you use just to use it. Because most of the time, if you have a good team, if you're a good player, you don't have to worry about the enemy team like getting a lot of streaks and having to be able to dodge them. But pretty simple here. I think it's pretty cool that you can dodge sentry guns, because the sentry guns have a little bit more increased health. Either that or they have an armor setting, I'm not sure. But as were before, you could take them down with 1 knife in all the other Modern Warfare games, and where they made them immune to knifing in Black Ops 2, I believe now they take 3 knives. Yeah, they take about 3 knives. So they might just have like an armor rating on them, and then their regular health. Anyway, so we're gonna move on to Dead Silence, which is the next perk, and this makes you about, I want to say, 3 times quieter. I can still, like, with my headset, I can still hear myself walk when I have Dead Silence, especially, like, when I'm treading on, like, water or snow or something like that. And Dead Silence, while good in most situations, a lot of people run Amplify, and those people are still going to hear you. You can still get sound horde even without amplify. If it's a 1v1 situation in S&D or in free for all, and you have someone camping and not moving at all, you can still be heard, and that's a little unsettling, considering the whole point of dead silence is to be quiet, and what's the point of using it if you're gonna be seen? Oh, get that kill even when it's done and I couldn't see you. Anyway, guys, so we're gonna move on to the next perk, which is going to be incognito. Now, what this is going to do is it's kind of like the cold-blooded from the old Call of Duty games. And what this is gonna do is gonna make your name not appear. Oh, I'm so sorry. Your name's not gonna appear. You're gonna be immune to thermals, advanced tracker sites, and so forth. Now, this is actually a really good perk, especially it's quite a questionable run over, especially like in search and destroy and the other metas. It's for the simple fact that a lot of snipers like specifically run thermal. They exclusively run it, and it's a little frustrating. Even some people with ARs exclusively run thermals, and it gets so like advanced tracker sites. While they look funny and they aren't 100% effective, they running into a guy camping with the advanced tracker site is no fun, because they are gonna get, especially even if they don't hear you, they're gonna get that yellow glowing cue of where you are, and it's really fucking annoying. I've used the tracker set before, and it's kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to serve its purpose. Shrink. Oh, you can look at this dude run, yo. Look at this dude run. She can't outrun the Juggernaut Maniac. Don't you read the annotations and the tips in the beginning of the game? Anyway, guys, so let's move on to the last perk, and that is off the grid, and that makes you immune to enemy SATCOM and radar pings. Now, what this allows you to do is pretty much simply run around the map without fear of the SATCOMs, which doesn't really have any use. Ugh. And lets you block from night owls and the perk ping and so on and so forth. It's a pretty decent perk for stealth. So the best perks are off the grind, maybe incognito, dead silence, and takedown for use. Blind eye is completely irrelevant. As always, guys, thank you for watching so much. Please like and favorite the video. If you enjoyed my content, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. This is your boy Evangelist, and I'm out. Peace.